Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be learning about place value. But you've already learned about place value. We're just going to be doing some activities that incorporate place value. Remember, boys and girls, that place value is the value of each digit in each number. And later on, I'm going to have you doing a few activities. But right now, I'd like to play a video for you, just to remind you of what to expect on your activities.
Pairs, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all the fit inside the one's place value line. So I picked another pair and made a group of 10. Fit into a bag perfectly even. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I had to keep picking pairs of hunger I had to feed. So I picked another 10, and that led to one.
And don't worry, I know you did second grade. We're not going to go up to 100. We're just going to go up. The highest number you can go to is 99.
10 groups of 10 are
But we only have the 2 groups for your 10s and your 100s.
10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. I rode my bike 1 mile, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and in a little while, another mile. Made one group of 10. A little voice inside my head said,
keep going, I know you can.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I never knew I had so many miles inside me. The end of my trip was coming up ahead. I rode 10 more miles and reached 100.
Then that little voice inside my head said,
10 ones made
This is
10.
the smartest ever.
10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends.
Yeah, we're not going up to 1,000.
After the bell rang at 8 o'clock, I started playing with my base 10 blocks. I stacked up 9, and then one more made 10, and then 10 tens equal 100. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Another 100 wouldn't fit
Y'all be
in
doing that
100
third grade.
space. I had to write one group in the thousands place.
No, that's 4th grade. 3rd grade would be 100s.
10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. 10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. 10 groups of 1,000 equal 10,000.
That's a big number.
10,000 make 100,000. And 10 of those make 1 million. And the pattern has no end.
Okay. Now what I'm going to have you do is just some little different things to have you group them into 10s for me. Okay, you have a piece of paper and a pencil, and what I'd like you to do is we have some spiders, and we have some jack-o'-lanterns for Halloween, and we have some ghosts and bats. What I would like you to do is write down how many spiders do we have. Count them.
1, 2.
Okay, now write that number down. 1, 2. So put down 2. And count the jack-o'-lanterns for me.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so you have 3 jack-o'-lanterns. So write that number down. 2. We're going to add all these numbers together.
100.
You can write it under or beside it. We're just trying to keep track of how many we've got. And now we've got some ghosts. Count the ghosts for me.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So we have 5 ghosts. So write down the number 5 for the ghosts. And we'll know that that belongs to them. And here we are. We have bats. Now count the bats for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so write that number down too. And what I'm going to have you do is we're going to count all of these numbers together. Okay, so we're going to do it in a different group. So say 2 plus 5. So do tally marks for me. Do you know what tally marks are?
The line.
So draw 2 lines here, or 3 lines here beside the 3. Then this number is number 5, so draw 5 tally marks for me. And the last 5 tally marks. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go with each tally mark and just count until you have no more left. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So we've got the number 15. So write the number 15. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to take this number right here, 15, and place it on the tens and ones chart. So what number would be in the 1 spot?
5,
Yes, so write the 5 right here. Good. Now how many numbers do we have in the tens place?
1
1. So the 1 would go,
here.
yes. Now, I have these 3 numbers here, 86, 54, and 30. So 86, that means we have 6 ones and 8 tens. How would you place 86 on the tens and the ones chart? How would you write that?
The 8 is the tens, and 6 are the ones.
So that means we have how many ones?
6 ones.
And how many tens?
8 tens.
Okay, and now the next number, 54. So how would we place 54 on the tens and the ones chart? Which number would go in the ones?
4.
Yes.
4.
And how many do we have for the tens place?
5.
5.
5 tens.
So 54. That's how many ones and tens we have. And the last number is 30. Now, if you see this number, what do you write on the one side? If you see 0.
0.
Okay, so what does that mean?
None.
None. Okay, so write the 0 in the
1.
ones. That's right. And how many tens do we have?
3.
So where will we write that?
3.
That is right. Now what I want you to do is, we have this chart here, and it tells you specific things to do. So it wants you to write a 3. You have an eraser? Do we have an eraser? Oh, Okay. I'll let you do it on the board. I'm gonna get rid of all these other numbers if I can. Here, just use pen. Is that for a dry erase? That's a dry erase board, so we'll just do everything on there. Okay. So the first thing that it wants us to do, and I have a seat along with you. The first thing it wants you to do is gonna need to, is this working? Okay. We're gonna put a T, and what does the T stand for?
10.
Tens. And let me crooked. And the zero, the O stands for?
1.
Now what I want you to do is I have these problems right here. I need you to show me. I'll show you the first one. It says that it wants a 3 in the ones place. So these are my tens. It doesn't say anything about tens, and it says to put the 3 in the ones place. So what you would do is you put the 3 underneath the ones, because that's what it's asking for. Let's see if you can do the rest for me. Now, if there is a number that, like the next one says 1 in the tens place. Okay, put your 1 in the tens place. Okay, now it doesn't say anything about ones, but in order for it to be a 10, what number has to go beside it?
0.
Yes. Yes. If you have a 1 in the 10 spot, it's still not a 10 unless you add the number to it. So what number makes 10?
0.
0. Right? The 0. Okay, now it's asking for 5 in the ones place. So where would you write that 5?
Under the 0.
Under the 0. It's not asking for any 10, so you don't have to worry about putting anything over here. Okay, now it's asking for a 6 in the tens place. And the only way you can make a 10 is to add what?
0.
So put a 6 in the tens place, and then put your 0 in the ones. That makes it 60. Okay, and the last number is a 9 in the ones place. So it would go in the ones side, and you have no more, you don't have to put anything as far as in the tens place. Now what I'd like you to do is circle the largest number you found. So we removed the first one, so we have 10, 5, 60, and 9. What is the biggest number on that chart?
60.
60. So circle 60. Good job. So what I would like to know, we did this tray here. You had 15 items, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you broke it down. We had 2 spiders. We had, was it 3 jack-o'-lanterns?
Yes.
3 jack-o'-lanterns. We had 5 ghosts, and we had 5 of the bats. Okay. When looking at these 2 numbers, which number is larger?
3.
Okay, so 3 and 2. What symbol do I use to show that 3 is larger than 2?
The alligator eats the big game.
Okay,
Greater than.
okay. So you're saying that 3 is greater than 2. Okay, the next 2 numbers that we had was 5 and 5. What does that mean? If we have two numbers that are exactly the same, what does that mean?
They're equal.
They're equal. Okay, now how do you make that symbol? Good job. Okay, so on here, since the numbers, two of them are the same, so these two numbers are bigger than these two numbers, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we have 3 is greater than 2. Okay, so 3, what is 3 plus 2? How much is that?
5.
5. Okay. 5 plus 5 is
10.
10. Okay, which number is larger?
10.
Hmm?
10.
Oh, okay. So, we have a 10, we have a 5. And use your symbol. So that means that 10 is greater than
5.
5. Okay, erase this for me real quick. I'm going to give you a couple more problems and that will be it. Is it coming up? We're just going to do a couple more. I just want to make sure you understand, okay? Now, when we also put these numbers down, I want you to take them, we're going to regroup them and put them on the sheet of paper, and we're going to do side by side, whether it's less than, equal to, or greater than. But we'll do that one step at a time. The first thing I'm going to have you do is the 10s and the 1s, okay? If I gave you the number 21, now how would you show me 21 using the 10s and the 1s chart? How would you place it?
2 under the 10.
Now why are we putting 2 under the 10s?
Because it's 10, 2 times.
Yes,
2
2 sets of 10.
and 1 under the 1.
Yep, so the first number is 21. The second number is going to be 15. So how would you put 15 on the 10s and 1s chart?
5 under the 1 and 1 10. 15.
Right, okay, good job. 24. How would you put 24 on your 10s and 1s chart?
4 under the 1
Mm-hmm.
and 2 under the 10.
Now why is 4 in the 1 spot?
Because it's 4 5, so
It's 4
1.
4 1s. Okay, the next number we're going to do is 42. So if I have 42, how would you place that on the 10s and 1s chart?
2 1s
Mm-hmm.
and 4 10s.
We're going to do 2 more, okay? 81. How would you place 81 on there? That's a big number.
1
Mhm.
1 and 8.
And 8 means what again?
8 10s.
8 sets of 10. Good job. And now the last number, 66. What does that mean?
6 1s and 6 set of 10s.
6 set of 10. That is correct. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take those same numbers. And I want you to tell me what symbol is going to be used for 21 and 15, 24 and 42, 81 and 66. Show me how you would represent that. Is 21 larger or smaller than 15?
Larger
So that means what symbol would you use?
or greater.
Greater than, because it's chomping at that number, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so 21 is greater than 15. So what about the next one? Is 24 larger than 42?
Less than.
Less than. Okay, let's see that. And what's the easy way to remember that symbol?
The alligator eats the biggest piece.
Well, for me, when I was trying to learn that concept, I would always, anything that was less than, I always remember, is always going to the left. That was easier for me to remember, knowing it was less than to go to the left. Okay, now last number, 81 and 66. Is 81 larger than 66?
Yes.
Okay, then how would you, what symbol would you use for that?
Larger than 66.
Yes,
Greater than.
greater than. That's what we use. Okay, those numbers, circle the largest number on that sheet.
8, 10, let me see.
And those are larger than 66,
Yes.
42, 24, 21, and 15. Okay, how do we know?
Because it has 8 sets of 10 and 1.
Yes. Okay, do you have any questions for me concerning place value? Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And this has been a lesson on place value for second graders. Thank you.